WTH! What the F is my stuff doing in your room? My bag, my jewelry? God only knows what else is in here.
What are you talking about?
I was looking all over the place for my bag, and I just went into your room because there was literally nowhere else left to look. And lo and behold, there it was all the way behind your dresser.
Hold up. What bag? I don't know anything about any bag.
So then tell me why all my missing stuff just happened to be all in your room? I don't remember lending you any of this stuff.
I'm telling you, I have no idea. Can you just hold on until I get home? It's kind of hard for me to say anything until I at least see what you're talking about.
Oh, give me a break! This dress with the flowers is mine too!
What? Okay, stop right there. You mean the dress with the light blue flowers?
Yeah!
That's my dress! Craig gave that to me.
Excuse me? You mean Craig, my ex-boyfriend? Craig, the guy that you stole from me?
No, I mean my boyfriend, Craig.
Craig originally bought this dress for me. You stole this dress from me when you stole him.
Are you out of your mind? I didn't steal my own dress from you, and I definitely didn't steal my boyfriend from you.
Now I'm going to take back everything that's mine.
There's nothing to take back. I didn't do anything.
Mom and Dad are really pissed too, you know. Dad says we can't live with a thief in the house, even if they are family.
Oh, you little brat. So that's your plan, is it?
I have no idea what you mean. I just want you to really think about what you've done. Stealing from your own sister. If you can't even admit what you've done, why shouldn't we treat you like some common criminal? After all, what is a thief if not a criminal? You can come home to pack up all your stuff. But after that, you gots to go.
So no one is on my side here? Typical.
Of course not. I'm the favorite. Everyone is on my side. Besides, why would anyone want to live with someone who's gonna steal their stuff? Go live by yourself and steal your own stuff.
Hey, are you free?
Hey, what's up?
So, I've just been kicked out of my house.
What? What happened?
Hillary accused me of stealing her stuff. She said that I stole you from her too. And she even said that the dress you gave me for my birthday was originally for her, so I stole that too.
Wait, what? She said you stole me? But I've always been your boyfriend. I never even met Hillary before I started coming over to your house to hang out with you. And of course I bought that dress for you.
Yeah, but no one is listening to me. My parents just believe whatever Hillary says, as always.
Ah, so that's how your family is. Well, to tell you the truth, there was a time when your sister actually asked me to leave you for her.
Man, I'm not even surprised at this point.
I told her no, of course. But I wonder if that's what sparked this. I'm really sorry if that's the case. I didn't really think she would do something this extreme.
It's not your fault. No normal person could have guessed that. But I had a feeling this was going to happen sooner or later. I never expected it to be as crazy as getting framed for stealing my own dress, sure. But she's told me before she's going to get me disowned. Honestly, it's almost a relief that it's finally happened.
Oh, no kidding.
Anyway, I guess I'm going to get a motel for the time being and then start looking for a place to live.
Wait, Sarah. How come you haven't asked me for any help?
What do you mean?
Why don't you come live with me?
What?
I've been thinking about it for a while, but I couldn't say anything before. I know you have all those good memories with your grandpa, and that maybe makes it hard for you to think about leaving home. But, and sorry if this sounds bad, but I guess this is kind of like my big chance. I told myself that I would definitely ask you if this kind of thing ever happened. So, what do you think? Will you move in with me? And not just that. If everything goes the way I hope it will, I'm hoping that we can get married someday.
Oh, Craig, I don't know what to say.
And I know that you're not a big fan of my current place since it's on such a high floor. So actually, I've been getting periodic updates about potential places that might suit you. I figured that way we could find a place quickly if the chance ever came. So, what do you think?
I'd love to. Thank you, Craig. I can't even tell you how much I'm looking forward to this.
Oh, thank God. I was so nervous. I have been waiting forever to ask you. In that case, I'll get to work right away. There's actually a place that I've had my eye on. I'll see if I can make an appointment for us to go look at it. And let me know if you have anywhere particular in mind, and I'll schedule a visit there as well.
Okay, thanks.
All right, let's do this.
Are you still here? Will you hurry up and finish moving already?
I've just finished packing, so I'll be out soon.
Oh, are you really almost finished?
I was just giving you a hard time about taking too long.
You're no fun.
It's not like I really have all that much stuff to begin with. I just have to put it all in the car and take off.
I don't really care about the details as long as you're gone. I'm thinking maybe I'll turn your old room into my new closet.
Oh, yeah? Anyway, I don't need any of the furniture in there anymore, so do whatever you want with it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do anyway. You must be feeling so bad right now. Unloved, thrown out of the house by your own family. Poor baby.
I think it's actually going to be a step up, actually.
Oh, yeah? Sarah, you don't have to act so tough. Anyways, I guess it's a fitting end for a criminal. And by the way, you're out of the family. You might want to think of a new last name. Ta-ta! Hey, Sarah! Where did Craig go?
What? Who is this? Hillary? We're not family anymore, remember?
This isn't the time for that. It looks like Craig moved out of his apartment. What the heck is the meaning of this?
Don't tell me you went to his apartment.
Why shouldn't I go to my own boyfriend's apartment?
Yeah, about that. He told me about how he rejected your, advances.
No, see? If Craig is dating the oldest daughter and you're kicked out of the family for being a thief, that makes me the oldest daughter. Ipso facto, he's dating me.
Ipso facto? I don't think that's how relationships work.
Whatever. Where is he anyway?
We're living together in a new place.
Huh?
Yeah, the lease was almost up on his old place. And he knew that I'm not so great with heights, so he suggested that we find a place a little better suited to me.
What the heck? He's still with you even though he knows that you're a criminal?
Oh, that's right. He told me you messaged him the very next day after I moved out to tell him I'm a thief.
So what if I did? After he read it, Craig told me that he is fully aware of the situation.
Yeah, because I told him about the situation. That doesn't mean that he believes I'm a criminal or that he's your new ipso facto boyfriend or whatever.
What? But I told him about how you stole my stuff.
You mean that thing you told him about taking back the necklace that I supposedly stole? The picture you sent?
Yeah, so?
We ordered that necklace special. It has our names engraved on it, dummy.
What?
They're in really small cursive, so it's a little hard to tell if you don't know how to look for it, but my name is definitely on there. My name, not yours.
Are you freaking kidding me?
So all your picture really did was prove that you're the real thief here. Not that he needs any proof. Even without that, of course he believes me.
I don't believe you.
So, about that necklace and that dress. I want you to leave them both with Aunt Brie.
No!
Come on, it's not like you can go around wearing a necklace that has my name engraved on it. And the dress won't even fit you. I'm 2 sizes smaller than you.
Hey! You don't have to say that. Sarah! Hey! How much do you make per month?
Are you serious? It's been 3 months since you messaged me last, and this is what you have to say?
It's the house! Did you know Mom and Dad don't own the house? They're just renting!
Yeah. That's been the case for like 2 years now.
What?
Wait, you didn't know?
What is going on? It's Grandpa's house. Dad has lived here his whole life.
Yeah, and Grandpa died 2 years ago. And in his will, he left the house to Aunt Brie.
So that makes Aunt Brie what? Our landlady?
It would appear so.
But why? Dad is the oldest. Doesn't the oldest usually get the house?
I mean, no one has really told me all the details or anything. But I guess Dad got into some debt or something when he was younger. Grandpa ended up paying the debt for him on the understanding that it would be coming out of his inheritance.
Really?
It looks like that ended up materializing as Aunt Brie getting the house in the end. But it wasn't really good for anyone to have us move out after living there all that time. So Dad worked out an agreement with her to rent the house.
Okay, whatever. About that rent. How much do you make a month?
What's it to you?
Dad can't afford the rent all by himself.
I'm pretty sure that Aunt Brie made a pretty reasonable rental agreement, though.
Really? $2,000 per month?
In that location and with that amount of space, I think the house would go for at least $3,500. We were getting it for a bargain.
Well, we can't pay. Mom and Dad are losing their minds.
Ah, I guess that makes sense. I was covering like half of the rent up until now.
You were?
But since I moved out, it stands to reason Dad has to cover all of it by himself. Although whatever else you can say about Dad, you can't really say he makes a lot of money.
Hey, it's not funny. Since when doesn't he make a lot of money?
You know his company went out of business 3 years ago? He took a pretty massive pay cut when he joined his new company. Like $15K a year.
It was that bad?
That's why I was helping out with the rent.
So wait, seriously, how much money do you actually make?
Well, I guess about twice as much as Dad right now.
For real? Well, then you have to keep helping us with the house.
Why would I do that?
Because your family is in trouble. It's your job to help us.
Is that right? Who was it that called me a thief and chased me out of the house again? And didn't you say something about how I was no longer considered part of the family?
Forget about all that, okay? We're like 3 months behind on the rent right now. If we don't pay it all by next month, we literally have to leave. If you help us out, I'll forgive you and we'll let you move back into the house, okay? So please hurry up and just pay this off for us. Oh, and one more thing. Mom and Dad told me to tell you that they'd like you to take over the entire rent from here on out.
Let me just think about that for a second. Pass.
What? Why? I told you that we'd let you move back in, didn't I?
Yeah, the thing is, I don't need you guys to let me do anything. I didn't do anything wrong in the first place.
You stole Craig! But as I said, I'm willing to overlook that.
How about this? Why don't you tell Mom and Dad the complete and unabridged truth about what happened? Admit to them about how you lied about me being a thief so that you could have me thrown out of the house.
Why don't we just call it water under the bridge?
You know what? Forget it. Even if you tell them, I don't really feel like coming back anyway.
Why not?
Craig and I are getting married.
What?
I seem to remember you telling me to get a new last name. Anyway, we're making our own family and our own home.
But, hold on. Okay, fine, whatever. You can still give us the money, can't you? It's just $4,000 per month. That's nothing for you, right?
Wow, that's interesting to hear from someone who doesn't even work.
Hey, don't bring me into this.
How about Mom? She doesn't work either, does she?
You know she doesn't.
That's probably the first thing that you guys should figure out. You guys should be embarrassed about jumping straight to charity when you could be working.
How can you say that?
Because this is not the time to cuddle you or sugarcoat things. You have to hear this straight up. I have absolutely no intention of helping you even one bit.
How can you sleep at night?
With my fiancé. Ta-ta now! I have no idea what my parents thought they were going to do about the rent when they agreed to kick me out of the house. But anyway, my mom messaged me the next day furious, saying that the rent was my responsibility, same as ever, and that I needed to hurry up and pay it. I didn't want to deal with any of that anymore, so I changed my phone number and cut off contact. And without my financial support, my parents and sister were left totally unable to afford the house. They ended up having to move into a place more representative of their means. But it gets better. My mom and sister refused to work, same as ever. My dad started to wear down under the pressure of shouldering the entire burden of supporting 3 adults by himself until he broke down, served my mom with divorce papers, and fled. As for my mom and sister, some relatives who couldn't bear to overlook things scolded the 2 of them until they both found jobs that could provide them with housing. But knowing them, it'll only be a matter of time until they're fired for slacking off and kicked back out into the cold, unfeeling night.
Hey, Kate! Thank you so much for helping me out. I've parked my car in your parking space again.
What? Again? I thought I told you to not park your car here anymore. I didn't give you permission this time either.
I'm really grateful that you have a parking space in such a convenient location. It's really been a lifesaver for me.
Would you please stop using it without permission? It's not fair for the other customers and visitors that need to use the parking space.
I'm going to come and collect it in 2 years' time, so please let me know if anything happens to my car. Thank you so much for doing this for me.
What did you just say? 2 years? Are you serious? This is some kind of a joke, right?
Of course I'm serious. I'm going to be borrowing the parking space for free for 2 years. I really needed a place to leave my car. I've already left, by the way, so I won't be able to come back and move it. You better not think about moving my car without my permission. That would be a crime, and I would have to report you to the police.
You're threatening me when you parked there without my permission in the first place? I should be the one reporting you to the police. Also, you didn't mean to say 2 years, right? I'm hoping that you actually meant 2 minutes.
No, I didn't get it wrong. I really need to leave my car there for 2 years. I'm going to be leaving the country for the next few years.
Now that you mention it, I do remember you talking about going abroad for a few years.
You didn't forget, did you? Remember, you guys did a farewell party for me the other day? It was a little underwhelming, though. My husband is getting stationed abroad for work, and I'm going to go with him. I was looking for a place to leave my car while I was out of the country. Then I remembered that you had the perfect space.
You didn't even ask me if it would be okay, though. That place is always really busy and gets used by a lot of different people. The plot of land is also very expensive, as it's in a good location, so there's no way that I can let you use it for free for such a long period of time.
Why do you have to be so difficult about this? We're friends, aren't we? We really should be helping each other out, you know.
We're not even that close. There is no way I'm letting you use the parking space for free. It's a very popular parking spot, so even if you were my best friend, I still wouldn't be able to let you use it for free.
The farewell party that you held for me was so pathetic. You need to let me use the parking spot for free to make up for it. I was really looking forward to the party, but I felt that you guys didn't put any effort into planning it. This is the least that you can do for me.
The farewell party has nothing to do with what we're discussing right now.
I can't believe that my farewell gift was a bunch of flowers. I wish that you guys gave me something that would be more useful. I had to throw the flowers away the next day.
You keep complaining about the farewell party, but you should be grateful that you even had one. We didn't actually plan to have one until the very last minute. The only reason we decided to have a party was because you were so insistent that we have one for you.
Stop making things up! I know that you and all the other mom friends are really going to miss me. You guys must have been so eager to host the party for me. I was a little shocked when you asked me if it would be okay if we just have dinner together at a local restaurant.
And that's not enough for you? What did you expect us to do for you? We didn't have any time to prepare, and we gave it our best effort.
That's enough about that. Anyway, you understand my situation now, right? I'm mentally scarred about being suddenly taken abroad, and I have so much to worry about. You need to support me in any way you can. Giving me that parking space for free would be a great start.
Why do I have to be the one to support you? You should be asking your husband for any support that you might need. It has nothing to do with me, so please leave me out of it.
I know that our entire group of mom friends is going to miss me so much. I was the one that organized all our gatherings, after all. I was the leader of our group. I promise that I will be back for all you guys in 2 years' time. You better not get too ahead of yourself, by the way. You really don't want to become one of my enemies.
Just who do you think you are, talking to me like this? You parked in my parking space without my permission. If you're not going to move the car, then I'll do it myself.
Don't you dare touch my car. If you do, I'm going to report you to the police when I come back. I'm also going to tell the rest of our group that you are a massive traitor. If that happens, they're all going to ignore you and you'll have no friends.
Yeah, like that's going to happen. Anyway, I'm not worried about what you're going to do to me in 2 years' time. Stop making such empty threats to me. What does your husband think about all this? I'm sure that anyone with a brain would know that leaving your car in a parking spot without permission is not a good idea. Especially for such a long period of time. Or does your entire family lack morals? That wouldn't really surprise me either, to be completely honest.
I'm shocked that you would assume that about my family. He doesn't know anything about this, so it's okay. I'm not even doing anything wrong, so there's no need for me to tell him. This is a secret between me and you. Let's not tell anyone about this, okay?
So, you didn't tell him about this? Unbelievable. Isn't that car his property as well as yours? Surely he would want to know where his car is parked.
I just told him that I found a very convenient place close to the station. He was probably busy about other preparations, so didn't ask me about it at all.
What is wrong with him? Surely he should be a little curious about how you found the place. Also, was he not worried about the cost at all? You guys are leaving the car for 2 years. It should be something that he should be pretty concerned about.
I actually told him the truth about the cost. I explained to him that a friend was being really kind and was letting us leave our car for free for 2 years.
So am I correct in thinking that you lied to your husband about all of this? Do you not realize how much trouble you're causing me by doing this? Where did you even park your car, by the way? I don't see it.
I told you that I parked it in your parking space. I've got to catch my flight soon, and I still need to check in, so I don't have the time to be texting you like this. You better look after my car for the next 2 years. I'm really grateful that you're doing this for me. And you better stop complaining, or else I'm going to have to make you pay when I get back. Don't you dare think about touching or moving my car. If you do, I'll make you regret it.
I cannot believe how selfish and arrogant you are being. I really do wonder who is going to be the one that regrets doing this.
Hey, it's been a while, hasn't it? How are you doing?
Sorry, but who is this? It's a number that I don't recognize.
Stop pretending that you don't know me. There's no way that you've forgotten who I am. I was the leader of our group of mom friends.
What are you talking about? The only person that would be arrogant enough to say that. You must be Mary! The one that went abroad 2 years ago for her husband's job?
You really are a rude woman. How dare you talk to me like that? How could you forget me? We used to be good friends.
Good friends? I certainly don't remember it that way. You seem to be more arrogant than ever. I was kind of hoping that you would lose my number somehow.
What did you just say?
I just said what I felt. Anyway, what's the matter? Why are you texting me all of a sudden?
You know what I'm contacting you about. It's about my car. You did look after it like I told you to, right? Remember how I told you that you would regret it if you didn't listen to me? My car better be in the same place as I left it.
Look, I have stuff to do. I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you serious? There's no way that you've forgotten about it, right? I just got back to the country, so I'm going to come and get my car later today. If it's damaged even a little bit, I'm going to be so mad.
You parked your car in the parking spot next to mine.
What do you mean?
The place that you left your car 2 years ago wasn't my property. You made a mistake and left it in someone else's parking spot.
What? You're joking, right? I know that I parked my car in one of the parking spots that you own.
I do own some parking spaces there, but the place that you parked is not one of them. I only own the spot up to the one next to where you left your car. The place that you left your car is owned by the company that has its office on the top floor of the building.
What are you talking about? I thought that you owned that entire parking lot. Isn't that what you told me?
I never said anything like that. I only own half of that parking lot. The other half is owned by another company, like I said. I think they're a real estate agency, and their boss is a pretty scary person. It's a little confusing, but we both charge a different amount for our respective parking spaces. If you take a look at the signposts, it's all explained there.
Are you serious? I had no idea. You should have told me about it.
It's not my responsibility since you didn't park in any of my parking spots. Also, the entire parking lot is mostly designated for the people that work there, so you shouldn't be parking your car there anyway. I think everyone was very surprised when a random stranger decided to leave her car there for 2 years.
I can't believe that you lied to me. What's happened to my car then?
I really have no idea, as it wasn't parked in any of my spots.
It better not have been moved or gotten disposed of. Didn't I tell you to keep a close eye on my car?
You don't need to worry about that. I think I saw your car still parked there this morning.
That's great to hear. I'm so relieved.
I'm not so sure that you should be relieved. I'm pretty sure that you're going to have to pay for the parking fees.
Wait, what?
Parking fees for 2 entire years? I wonder how much that's going to be. I'm so curious to find out.
What are you saying? There's no way that I'm going to be paying anything. I only parked there because I thought that it was going to be for free.
That's not how the world works. You should be happy that your car is still there in the first place. What you did was really unacceptable, and normally your car would have been towed away. You should take responsibility for what you did and just pay the fees. If you refuse to pay after what you did, you're going to be in so much trouble.
I didn't do anything wrong. I only parked there for 2 years because I thought it was your parking space. I wouldn't leave my car in a parking lot for that long if I didn't know whose parking lot it was. That would be just a ridiculous thing to do.
There's no point in you telling any of these excuses to me. This has nothing to do with me now, so would you please get in touch with the people that you need to be talking to?
Why should I have to do that? This is all your fault, so you need to help me figure out what to do.
My fault? Are you insane?
You knew that this was happening and kept quiet about it. If you had have just told me, none of this would have happened. You're the one that's committing a crime. I'm the victim in this situation now.
You really are a hopeless person. How are you able to blame this on me? Do you not realize what you tried to do to me? You can ask 100 people, and they would all say that you're definitely not the victim here. You're the one that mistakenly parked your car in someone's property and left the country. There's no point trying to blame me for any of this. It's so obvious who is in the wrong here. Also, I'd recommend just paying the fee without any complaints. You don't want to mess with the company that owns the other half of the parking lot. I've heard some sketchy rumors about them. If I were you, I would apologize and pay the fees, then just walk away.
There is no way I'm doing that. I have no intention of paying a single cent for the parking spot. I was planning for the parking space to be free, so it's unreasonable to expect me to pay for it. I didn't have this budgeted at all, so I don't have the money to pay.
I have no idea why you didn't expect to have to pay for it. Even if you did park in one of my spaces, I would still be charging you for it. I never mentioned that I would let you use the space for free. If you need some proof, then you can take a look at the text messages that we sent each other 2 years ago. I'll send you screenshots if you've deleted our text history.
That doesn't matter. I thought it was free, so it should be free. And what did you mean when you said that they are scary? I don't want to be involved with people that are sketchy.
You don't want to be involved? You're the one that stepped into their territory. They asked me about your car, so I told them your name and your former address.
How could you do that? You gave out my private information to them?
I also told them that I have nothing to do with it and that I want you guys to solve any problems between yourselves. So I really don't have anything to do with this now. You shouldn't be texting me about this, as it's not going to solve anything.
How could you do this to me? Isn't this taking things a little too far?
I think you're the one that took it too far in the first place. Parking your car for free for 2 years? That's a pretty bold thing to ask.
You shut your mouth right now. If you know the people that work at the real estate agency, then you need to talk to them for me.
But you just told me to shut up. Besides, I have no intention of talking to them as they scare me. I really don't want to have to interact with them at all.
They're that scary? Do you think that they're going to try to do something to me? Am I really going to be okay?
Who knows? I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I'm sure that you'll find out when you talk to them about this.
Hey, I thought that we were friends. Friends really should help each other out when they're in trouble. How about we split the cost between the two of us since we're both partially at fault here?
That is completely out of the question. Why should I have to pay anything? You're joking, right? You must be crazy if you're really asking me to pay. Also, I don't see you as one of my friends anymore. You tried to use my parking space for free even after I said no so many times. I don't want to be friends with someone that won't respect my opinion. You didn't even try to listen to anything that I told you.
Well, I do apologize about that. Maybe I was asking for a little bit too much at the time. 2 years ago, I was worried about moving abroad and wasn't thinking straight. I was under a lot of stress.
2 years ago? You were just complaining and saying the same nonsense until a few minutes ago. It didn't seem like you were planning on apologizing to me at all till you realized how much trouble you were in.
Wait, it's not like that. I always felt sorry about what I did. I really don't have the money to pay off any huge fees like this right now. Would you please help me out and do something about this?
It's none of my business, so I can't do anything about it. You go ahead and talk to them directly about this. Maybe they'll forgive you if you ask them nicely. It's not my parking space, so I can't do anything about it, obviously.
Well then, could you at least lend me some money then? I promise that I'll pay you back eventually.
Why don't you ask your husband to pay for it? He must have earned a lot while he worked for his company in another country.
He doesn't have that much money left. I was really stressed and ended up using all the money that he earned on myself. I couldn't control myself from buying high-brand things. We barely have any savings left. We really don't get along at the moment, so I definitely can't ask him for even more money right now. If I do, he's going to divorce me.
Well then, that's just too bad. Good luck with solving this mess that you got yourself into. I would hate to be in the situation that you're in.
Don't make fun of me like that. Do you not care what happens to me?
Not really. This has nothing to do with me.
Are you really sure that you want to be treating me this way? I'm the lead of our mom group, you know. You're going to be fine when they all start ignoring you all of a sudden. They'll all do exactly what I ask them to do.
Actually, I don't think that's going to be the case. You might be the one that everyone decides to ignore.
Why would they do that to me?
I think everyone was actually getting tired of all the bragging that you were doing 2 years ago. Most of us were actually really happy that you went abroad.
Getting tired of me? That's not possible. I thought that everyone loved being around me.
I don't know about that. Once you decided to go abroad, everyone stopped liking your Instagram posts, right? You were uploading so many photos, but everyone was just ignoring them.
Now that you mention it, I guess that's kind of true. I was wondering why no one was liking my posts.
We even held you a farewell party because you asked us to, but you didn't seem to appreciate it at all. I guess that's when everyone decided that they didn't really want to have to deal with you anymore. I'd imagine most people have forgotten about you completely. No one's welcomed you back to the country, have they? That means no one cares about you.
Are you sure about this? I was looking forward to you guys all hosting a welcome back party for me.
Nobody's planning any welcome back party for you. The only people that are happy to see you back are the people that own the parking space you used. They're probably going to be delighted when you hand them the huge amount of money that you owe them. You kept on threatening me that I would regret all of this. It looks like you're going to be the one that regrets what you did. As Kate had mentioned, the parking lot was owned by 2 separate people. The parking space that Mary had used was not Kate's property. It was the property of the real estate agent that had an office in that building. When Kate arrived at the parking lot to pick up her car, she was surrounded by a group of scary-looking men. She was told to pay over $25,000 for the parking fees, and some extra fees on top of that for causing such a nuisance to them. She tried to explain to them that she mistook the parking space for someone else's property, and that she didn't mean to park in their space. However, she could not get out of it as she did leave her car parked there for 2 years. That was something that she could not rectify. She ended up having to pay the entire amount in full before she finally managed to get her car back. Once things had settled down, she expected all her mom friends to hold her a welcome back party as she had been gone for 2 whole years. Unsurprisingly, nobody ended up contacting her, and even when she tried to reach out to them, they all ended up ignoring her. To make things worse, her husband ended up finding out about the problem that she caused at the parking lot. He found out that she had to pay a huge amount of money for what she had done, and that was the final straw for him. He ended up kicking her out of the house, and currently they are trying to get a divorce. All of the bad things that she had done in the past had all come back to bite her at around the same time. Her life is currently falling apart. It was such a ridiculous thing that she tried to do in the first place. Trying to park her car in a parking lot for free for 2 years? What was she thinking? She really got what she deserved.